we chat to My Chemical Romance frontman Gerard.
Hello there, we're here with Gerard Way from My Chemical Romance. How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Very well. Are you enjoying our little palatial pad we have here?
I like it very much.
It's very good. So, how's download going for you so far?
Well, we got here a little late. We just got in. We were stuck in traffic, I think, because of a car accident. So,
just get here, literally just rolled up.
Yeah, we're just very excited to be playing.
Yeah, I mean, how do you feel like headlining? That must be a pretty big deal for you.
It is, you know, because this was actually one of our favorite festivals to play when we played it the first time. We remember how much we loved it, so
yeah,
it's a big honor to be able to close it down.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big thing, you know, in the UK this year. This is our festival, so I mean, do you feel proud, like, you know, how are the British fans treating you?
Well, I mean, you know, the way we feel about the UK is it kind of feels like our home anyway, like our unofficial home. So that we're kind of proud for it in that way too, you know.
I mean, do you feel the pressure, like, being the closer band for a day? As in, like, a lot of people have turned up to see you guys. Not you'll be like the surprise band or kind of you can show someone else up.
Right.
Everybody's looking at the top of the bill, and it kind of ends at your name.
What if it all goes wrong?
I have always said the best spot is right before last because you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. But we've had such a fun time, and the challenge is part of what makes it fun. So yeah, you get a little nervous. You're like, oh, we have to close it out, so we better be good, you know.
Yeah. So
that we can handle. I don't think we... that arrogant? I'm just saying. But, you know, production-wise, I don't think we have a lot today, so we have to be that good, you know what I mean?
So never think I'll make you try to stay. And maybe when you get back, I'll be off to find another way.
I always wonder, like, say on the tour, you know, there's pyros, there's flames. Do you have like big markings like kind of X, don't stand there? Because I always, there's a Spinal Tap moment for any band that has a large stage set where suddenly, like, you know, kind of Bob goes up because he kind of steps off the drum riser at the bit where like the pyros behind him go and like Bob goes up in flames. You guys turn around and kind of get, you know, a firework in the face. I'm not wishing it on you, but it's possible.
It is very possible. There was a time when we had the spark shower come down for Disenchanted. Right before it comes down, I noticed that my brother is standing right under it.
That can't
and I'm
be
like,
good.
I'm trying to like say, come here, and he's like just smiling at me like.
You're like, no, really,
yeah. And then I had to go grab him, and then the sparks all came down. So
have you got something special lined up for the stage show this year? Can you reveal anything?
I think we're honestly just gonna play as hard as we can. We're just gonna grind it hard and fast. So.
I mean, do you feel like you've got a point to prove to some of the other bands and artists on the lineup this year that have they've had a bit of, you know, somebody have had a bit of a dig at you guys in the press recently. We all know who that is. Do you feel like there's almost like there's a point to prove and a kind of like a gauntlet to lay down, or does that stuff just rub off you? I remember you said once that, you know, you hadn't met a band that was worth biting back, that had kind of taken a shot at you. Like, do you still feel that's the case?
Well, I mean, you know, out of the ones that had said anything about us, I didn't feel like any of them were worth it. You know, I mean, like, if Elvis Costello said something about us, I'd be like, oh, well, it's Elvis Costello, so maybe he's got a point, but...
I mean, does it bother you, like, bad press? I mean, do you just kind of just zone it out? I mean, you're doing what you're doing.
I think acknowledging it is just makes it... It gives them what they want, which is more press. Anybody that's doing that is doing it for press, so... I mean, like... You know, anybody that's doing it right now, it's probably because they got a new record coming out.
When after all this time is you still alone, you're still a guy for nothing, I don't know. So take your gloves and get out, ready to get out while you can.
When Mikey got some time off after getting engaged, did you worry that Bob was going to get out from behind the drums? Because so many features, Bob goes on about Guitar Hero, like so much. Right. And I wondered whether Homeboy was going to kind of get out there and try and, like, you know, I kind of had that...
With the plastic guitar? I don't think you get the range.
Notes. And, like, guys, can we redo some of these songs so we can hit it with my green, blue, orange, red?
He's really excited to see Megadeth today, and so is Ray, because, I mean, I'm a Megadeth fan too, but Bob knows Hangar 18 extremely well from Guitar Hero.
Yep.
And he could tell you, probably while they're playing it, he'll go like, red, blue, green, green, red, blue, orange, blue.
Are you a fan? Do you play it yourself?
I'm not great at it, but yeah, I enjoy playing it.
You know, they've got a tent here, so you can actually go and play Guitar Hero in front of loads of fans.
It's amazing.
I mean, it's got to be something that everyone obviously wants to be a rock star, do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's quite scary how literally everybody in the world ever.
Because the drugs never work, they gonna give you a smirk, cause they got methods of keeping you clean. They gonna rip up your heads, your aspirations to shreds. Another cog in the murder machine.
guys, do you feel a responsibility to try and, like, you know, knock out that kind of rock star mystique? Because there's a lot of people that will spend this weekend here trying to kind of make themselves, you know, out to be kind of these rock gods, these immortals. Do you feel there's as equally important as putting on a good show? It's about stepping things down and kind of, you know, being human and real.
I don't think it's our responsibility. I just think that's the way we do it. You know, I think mystique is usually just something that's bullshit, and I think there's more mystique in just telling the truth sometimes. You know, because it's more about what you don't tell them. I mean, I'm a pretty open book, but then there's things I just don't talk about, and because they're special to me or something. They're not part of this. So, I mean, we do what we do extremely well, and it's about playing. I've never really understood why, for some people, it's about talking shit or partying extra hard or being really lousy to women. I've never understood that, and I've always wondered why. Take Iron Maiden. That band's about playing really f***ing good, and they're probably the greatest heavy metal band ever, I think, in my opinion at least. And that band's never been about that. They've just been playing. Great, making great songs, you know, and they still have a fan base after all these years.
I mean, has that always been, you know, right from the start? That's what you wanted to do. It's about career. You know, well, not career, but you know, it's what you want to do. All that other stuff is just irrelevant almost. Is that what your sort of MO from the start?
It's about being a survivor. You know what I mean? Like, it's about always having something to say, and because you have something to say, executing that. You know what I mean? And not drawing attention away from that by acting like an idiot. You know?
Yeah. So, okay, one last question, I think. As we are at a festival, have you got any embarrassing festival stories yourself that you'd like to share, you know?
My pants fell down at Warped in the US.
Nice.
Yeah.
So they all got a free bit of extra there?
Right.
Were you adequately clothed in the underwear department?
Yeah, it was a lot more extra at the time. I think I was like 212 or something at the time. I was pretty heavy.
Okay.
And pants just dropped, you know?
Right.
These things happen.
I had blue underwear on, too, just real ugly, you know?
I mean, those things can happen to a man.
Could have been pink, though, really.
Yeah, or you could have been wearing a thong that perhaps, you know, was for a lady friend late that evening. You know what I mean? You could have been wearing the special pants.
Right.
You know, you had a date later on, you knew what was going down, you put it on a bit too early, you go on stage.
You see, things can always be worse in life, you know, no matter how bad things get, it could always be infinitely worse.
Absolutely.
And on that lovely, life-affirming note, thank you ever so much for talking to us. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
They said, I'll see they just